I love going into the dollar store looking for projects I can make and sew. I am always looking for just a little something extra to give or add to a gift. Today I'm sharing 5 budget-friendly gift ideas that look way more expensive than they are. So come along with me to the dollar store and I'll show you some gifts that can be made for about $2 each, including a Fringe Tote bag, Monogram Journals, and more. There's even a free pattern for a kitchen towel that will never slip. So grab your fabric scraps, a couple of $1 treasures, and let's get sewing. My favorite project is this Fringe Tote bag. It is made from a rug and 2 spools of lace ribbon that you can get all at the dollar store. This would make a great teacher gift, a library tote, or even a dance bag, and it's super easy to make. Start off by grabbing a rug from the dollar store plus 2 spools of lace ribbon. The rugs are in the household section and you can get any kind. I love this one with the fringe. It has a pretty tight weave, and so that's what I used. So the first step is to cut about 30-inch strips of this ribbon for the straps of our tote bag. 30 inches will give you enough to make it a shoulder bag, but you can adjust this however you want. After you cut the first strip, use that to measure out so that the second strip is exactly the same length. Now we're going to place these straps in the inside of the bag about 1.5 inches from the edges. The folded edge of the rug will be one of the edges, and then the other edge will be right along that fringe side. So do 1.5 inches from each of those sides, pin that in place, and then we're going to stitch on top of the ribbon. Stitch around the rectangle of the ribbon and then create an X on the inside to hold in place, and I like to do this with a zigzag stitch. So you can hardly see that stitching since my rug has so many colors in it, including white. White stitching is fine. If you have a different color rug, you can change your thread so that the stitching doesn't show. Now repeat with your second strap, matching it up to where the placement of the first strap is. Sew the ends of the second strap on, and then we will move on to assembling our tote bag. Now we're going to fold over our tote bag with wrong sides together. We're going to actually sew on the outside of this bag so that we keep that fringe, and since the thread doesn't really show anyways with this weave, it will make for a really nice, crisp, clean bag. So pin and sew around the bottom and side edge using a zigzag stitch. Make sure you backstitch at the ends of your stitching and pivot at the corner. Now your tote is all ready to use or give as a gift this holiday season. I love this as a book bag, and it would be so fun to give with a book. These Monogram journals are a no-sew project that are super fast and just add a little something extra. I love to add these as a gift topper. I found these glittery notebooks in the office supply section. They come in a pack of 1 and they're so pretty and cute as is. You can also pick up some fabric at the dollar store or just use scraps that you already have. We're going to need the red heat and bond for this project. Print out the letter you need with your computer and then grab a piece of fabric big enough for it. Give that a good press. Now cut a piece of heat and bond a little bigger than your letter, and we're going to adhere this to the back of our fabric. So stick that under your fabric, use your iron to press the adhesive on, and this will melt it into the fabric. Once you've done that, I like to trim off the excess fabric before I peel the heat and bond just to make this a little easier. And then when your heat and bond is cooled, peel that off and you will have a shiny backing on your fabric. Pin your template on top and then cut this out carefully, making sure you get crisp edges. When that's done, take off your paper and grab your notebook. We're also going to need a piece of fabric that has no heat and bond on it. We're going to use this as a presser cloth. The presser cloth will help us get heat to our letter but not melt our notebook. So be careful not to melt your glitter. And then once you're done with that, you have a cute little notebook you can add to any gift. You can make these for all the kids in a class or neighbors. They are just a cute little extra. I love giving gift cards in a cute wrapping, so this little stocking is a great way to give a gift card, little candies, or another small gift. There's a free pattern for this, and it uses Dollar Tree fabric. Print off the pattern from my website. The link is in the description below. And then we're going to use interfacing, and you can pick either 1 or 2 fabrics. I'm using 2 different fabrics from the dollar store. One will be the lining and one will be the main. So we are going to cut out 2 layers of each fabric, And the outer layers, I'm using red for the outside, and they should be interfaced with interfacing. Then you're going to need one loop piece also interfaced with interfacing. We'll start by creating the hanging loop. First, press it in half lengthwise and then fold in the edges. The edges will meet in the middle, and then after you have pressed that, fold it in half again to conceal all those raw edges. Now top stitch along the edges with the folded fabric to hold it, and now we're going to go ahead and start assembling our stocking. So we're going to sew both lining pieces and both main pieces together around the outside edges, leaving the tops open. On the lining, we're going to want to leave about 2 or 3 inches on the back side for turning later. And then once you've done that, grab some pinking shears or just standard scissors, and we're going to trim and notch all the curved edges and trim down the seam allowance on our stocking pieces. So repeat this for the lining and for the main pieces. Now we're going to turn the main stocking right side out and make sure we get all the corners pushed out and give it a good press, especially around the edges. Fold your loop piece in half to match the short edges, and then pin it right on the back seam of your main pieces. To assemble the stocking, slip the main pieces inside the lining pieces. The main will be right side out and the lining will be inside out. That way right sides will be together. So push that main into the lining and match up around the top of the stocking, match those edges and pin in place. Then stitch around the top edge all the way around with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Since we left an opening on the side of the lining, we can use that to turn. Trim up those edges along the top, and then we'll turn right side out. Turn right side out through the opening and use a turning tool if you need a little help. And then go ahead and just top stitch that opening on the lining closed before pushing it into the main stocking. And then I like to just use a chopstick to get these 2 layers aligned on the inside so that all the edges are matching up. And then give it a final press, and you can top stitch along the top if you want, or you can just let it be and you are done. Now your stocking is ready for whatever little gift you want to throw in there. This is great for mini lotions, candy, gift cards, and so much more. This hanging towel is so cute and so quick to make. These are great hostess gifts. Download the free pattern piece on my website. The link is in the description below. And then for this project, we're just going to need 1 towel. You can use a terry cloth towel, or I'm using a flour sack towel. Both of these are from the dollar store. They have so many options, especially during the holidays. And then you'll need a scrap of fabric. I'm using this polka dot red fabric, which is also from the dollar store. So we are going to cut 2 layers of the pattern piece from our fabric. One of the sides should be interfaced and one doesn't need to. Interfacing is optional for this project. I like it just to give the towel holder a little more crispness. So cut out 2 of these from your pattern piece. Now we're going to dive right into sewing. Sew these together with the right sides together. We're going to sew along the sides and top, leaving this bottom side open. Use a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and then grab some pinking shears to trim off your seam allowance to give it a little bit less bulk along those edges. Now turn that right side out and make sure you press all the edges out using a turning tool, and then give it a press with your iron. Now we're going to finish the bottom edge. This is where our towel is going to go. So fold under 1/2 inch with your fabric and make sure it is lined up and even on both sides, and then press that in place. Now grab your towel and give it a press along the top. I like to just keep this how it came from the store, but if you need to refold and press, do that, and then sew 2 lines of base stitching along the top. If you have a thicker quilting thread, that will be better for this. We need to pull the threads to gather the towel just a little bit, but it gets pretty thick between all the layers of the cloth. So your thread might break, but that's okay. We just need a few gathers in here to make this the same size as our hanging piece. Now slip that towel inside our hanging piece where it overlaps. We just want the towel to be up in there about 1/2 inch, and just gather and align it as you need to. You can make your own little tucks with pins to make this fit. Then go ahead and pin it, making sure you have that straight. I like to use my stitching line to keep it straight with the edge of the hanging piece. And then we'll top stitch right along the red hanging piece about 1/8 of an inch from the edge. After you've top stitched, we are just going to fold down the top and add snaps in place. So you can either do a button or snaps. I love snaps because they're just a fun pop of color and you don't have to do a buttonhole, so they're extra fast. These are called Cam Snap size 20, and I'll leave a link to this in my description below. So grab 2 snaps and we're going to place them on either side of that little fold over. For each snap, we'll need an innie and an outie, and then 2 snap heads. So use the awl to make a hole and then place the back of the snap with one of your fronts. The back part will go on the black part of the cam snap placer. Then the other side of the cam snap placer will crush the middle plastic inside of the cam snap, and that'll keep it in place. So repeat that with all 4 of your snaps. I like to do the top 2 first and then fold over the fabric where you want it to land and use those snaps to make marks just by pressing them into the other fabric, and then use your awl to make holes where those meet. That way the snaps will be lined up correctly. And then your towel is ready to hang in your kitchen. This is an awesome way to keep your towel from falling. I grabbed this little wire basket from the container section and wove fabric through it to make it a little extra special. If you are giving a gift basket and want to make it a little extra fun, this is a really easy and quick project. For this project, you just need a wire basket. There are a few different kinds that you can pick from, and then we'll just need some scraps of fabric. You can pick up fabric from the Dollar Tree or use scraps you already have. Jump right in and just rip strips of fabric about a 1/2 inch wide, and then we're going to thread them onto an embroidery needle. If you need to, you can cut the end at an angle to help you, and then we're just going in and out of this basket. You can do this at any location. I like to do it about 1 inch from the top with a couple rows. You could also fill the whole basket with fabric strips to make it a fully opaque basket, and you can alternate colors, fabrics, whatever you want to do. You can even use ribbon for this project. So keep weaving. Once you get back to about where you started, you can kind of leave that fabric and we'll use it to tie a bow later. Now I'm going to go in with another color to give this some more dimension, and then just keep going however much or little you want until you like the look of your basket. Once you're done, tie your excess fabric into a knot at the front, and then grab some more fabric and make a thicker strip to tie a bow. Then you can either cut off the excess fabric or just add it into your bow or pull it through the other side of the basket, and then it's ready to fill up. This is a fun way to give your basket an extra homemade touch. Thanks for sewing with me today. For more Dollar Tree sewing, click the video above.